Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian lad, and after years of silence, delays, rewrites, and rumors, Kevin Feige has finally spoken. And yes, it's official, Blade starring Mahershala Ali is still happening. For a while, things weren't looking great. Reports had started floating around that the movie was cancelled entirely. Some of us had already accepted the idea that it might never happen, but Feige just put an end to all of that. Not only did he confirm that Blade is alive, but he also told us why the movie is taking so long and where it stands right now. Now, if you've been following this saga right from the start, you know just how long this has been in the works. Marvel first announced the Blade reboot way back in 2019 during the San Diego Comic-Con panel. Mahershala Ali took the stage in Hall H and dropped the announcement himself. It was a massive moment for the MCU. Back then, Mahershala was 45. Today, he's 51, and he still hasn't suited up as the Daywalker. He was recently doing press for Jurassic World Rebirth, and there he had this to say about his Marvel movies.
Can you name every Marvel Cinematic Universe film Scarlett and Mahershala have been in?
Leave me out of it.
Well, there's one that we're very excited about.
It's a Scarlet question.
So he was quite clearly uncomfortable talking about Marvel and wanted to move on from that question. But now Kevin Feige has cleared the air once and for all. Feige held a press roundtable this week at Marvel's Burbank HQ, where he revealed their full 7-year roadmap for the MCU, including big moves like recasting Iron Man and Captain America, resetting the MCU after Secret Wars, and of course Fantastic Four. But for me, the most surprising reveal wasn't about multiverse resets or cosmic battles, it was Blade. Feige revealed that over the last few years, Marvel went through 4 different versions of the Blade script. They kept going back to the drawing board, trying to get it just right. One version was set in the 1930s, a full-blown period piece with a gritty noir vibe. They were deep into pre-production. Costumes were made, sets were built, it was that far along. But then, Mahershala and Feige both realized this wasn't the right version of Blade, and those unused Blade costumes were sold to Ryan Coogler for his film Sinners, which I'll break down soon. Now here's what Feige said. There were 3 or 4 versions, 2 that were period, 2 that are not. We're blended on modern day, and that's what we're focusing on. So there it is. Blade is happening, and it's set in modern day, not the 1930s or some stylized past. And here's another important piece. The script is now in the hands of Eric Pearson, a Marvel veteran writer who just wrapped working on Fantastic Four. Now the big question is, why the delay? Why is it so hard to make a movie about a guy who kills vampires? And Feige's answer to this was honest and quite frankly revealing. We spent 12 years working on the Infinity Saga saying that's never gonna happen to us. And suddenly there's a mandate to make more. And we go, well, we do have more. From 2007 to 2019, Marvel produced about 51 hours of storytelling. That's across 23 movies in 12 years. But in the last 6 years alone, from 2020 till now, they pumped out over 100 hours of content, split between movies and Disney Plus shows. That's double the content in half the time. And Feige admitted that was way too much. They were being stretched thin. And right when Blade was supposed to begin production, Marvel started pulling back. Quality over quantity became the new goal. And Blade was the first one to get scrapped. Feige said, we didn't want to simply just put a leather outfit on Mahershala and have him start killing vampires. It had to be unique. And it fell right into the time when we started pulling back, saying only accept insanely great. And it wasn't insanely great at the time. So that word, insanely great, became the new bar. And that's been the core issue all along. They've had ideas, they've had scripts, but nothing that felt insanely great. None of those scripts felt like the kind of story that could live up to what Blade deserves or what Mahershala Ali was bringing to the role. Feige then went on to say, you can start and have a good script and make it a great script through production. But we didn't feel confident we could do that on Blade. We didn't want to do that to Mahershala and didn't want to do that to us. And what Feige's essentially saying here is that they're not moving forward until they have a script that already feels like a masterpiece on paper, not something they hope to fix later during production. And that's understandable, because Blade isn't just another Marvel movie. The original trilogy, led by Wesley Snipes, was a trailblazer and helped pave the road for modern superhero films as we know it. So yeah, the bar is quite high, and Marvel's trying not to fuck it up. That's why this is the only Phase 5 project that still hasn't gone into production, and at this point, it probably won't release until 2028 or beyond, probably post-Secret Wars. Right now, Marvel's entire focus is on Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Blade's time will come after that. This gives Eric Pearson at least 2 more years to lock in the script before Blade even hits pre-production. And that means when the movie finally does release, Mahershala will be 53 or 54 years old, which is wild considering he signed on when he was just 45. But here's the thing, all this drama, all these headlines, all these delays, they're only building the hype. Negative hype at the moment, yes, but it won't matter in 2 years. Whenever Blade finally hits theaters, it's going to explode on opening weekend. It doesn't matter what the reviews are. People are going to show up. Because when a movie goes through this much chaos, fans are gonna wanna see what all the fuss was about. So what do you think? Are you happy Marvel's still committed to Mahershala as Blade? Or should they have just passed the torch back to Wesley and moved on?
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Now that's Fantastic Four First Steps releases tomorrow, and we'll have a massive mid-credit scene. And my breakdown of the mid-credit scene will drop on Friday. So make sure to grab the subscribe button and turn notifications on if you haven't already. I'm Mark Normand, and I'll see you lads in the next one.